Alright, so you want to make sweet dragon cash. Well, I think the easiest way to do that, or to explain how to do that, would be for me to show you how much you can just make in a day. So I do a few different things. I do dailies, I bond with my familiars, and then if I'm feeling froggy, I go into the fairgrounds and I play Glimmer and Gloom. For Fairgrounds and this Glimmer and Gloom game, if you haven't seen any video tutorials, especially mine's a slower breakdown of someone else's, then I suggest looking into those because it kind of takes a while to explain. So I'm not going to explain how to play Glimmer and Gloom in this video. I might do a round or two towards the end, but we're not going to start off with Fairgrounds. I usually do this last because grinding up to 75,000 treasure takes about 30 minutes, and that would be, quite frankly, a very boring video. So, we're going to do what I normally do. I've already gathered for today. This isn't really anything special. These three up here and this one down here, they give you food. This is mostly just to feed your dragons. You can sell the food, keep the food, whatever you want. If you want. But today I was in digging because it's the Thundercrack Carnival and you get a chance of getting skin or accent chests from digging. Normally I'm scavenging because I'm searching for eggs at the moment. Either of these things give you items that go into either your materials tab in your hoard or your other tab in your hoard. I'll show you real quick. Materials here, very miscellaneous items that you can use for a lot of different things on the site, or your other tab, which is basically the same thing. So I already did my gathering turns, and I sold off all of that. It was only about maybe 2,000 or 3,000 treasure worth of stuff. But for posterity's sake, let me show you what I have in my vault. So we're just going to start from 0 today. So I have 26,730 gems just in there. I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to show you guys how I make sweet dragon cash. Sometimes I level up fodder and exalt that, but I'm going to assume that you don't have level 25 dragons to do that in the Colosseum. Plus, I don't do this on a regular basis, and I still make quite a pretty penny daily. So, I'm going to show you the first thing I normally do, and that is bonding with familiars. I have about 100 active, actually 95 active dragons in my lair. I say active dragons because active dragons can actually bond with a familiar. If you have dragons in your hibernal den and they have a familiar, they're technically sleeping and cannot bond with a familiar. So even though I have 284 dragons on me right now, I only have about really 90 in my lair that have familiars on them. And essentially what I do, this is my hibernal den, and essentially what I do is I click bond here, I use my arrow key. This is much easier on a computer or laptop or something, and I don't even have to close out that little window that popped up. And if I go back, it shows you that I have bonded with that familiar. So I just very quickly, if my internet allows for it, bond. And if you're lucky enough, you have familiars that are either awakened and they give you 50 treasure right off the bat, or you level up a familiar and get a chest from them, and the chests are what we're kind of after here. The chests yield a lot of goodies, essentially. Treasure, items you can sell, familiars even, apparel pieces sometimes, stuff like that. So we're just gonna quickly bond, just to show you how fast it is. It doesn't even take 30 minutes for me if my internet's cooperating. If I have to do this on mobile, my phone just doesn't like it. Plus, on phone, you kind of have to click out either close or the X to go on to your next dragon, which it slows you down. Anyway, if you're lucky, you'll get this nice gilded chest, which yields quite a bit of gems, quite a bit of treasure, and some really good goodies inside. At the end of this, I will show you what you can get from one of these. And yeah, so that familiar is now awakened. You only get those gilded chests when they're fully awakened. And if I'm not keeping a familiar bonded to a dragon for like aesthetic reasons, I usually trade them out as soon as they've been awakened. And then I just replace it with a familiar that still needs to level up as I level them up. So just going to continue. I might speed this up in post if I can figure out how to do that. As you can see, it goes by fairly quickly. Good, I have one of each chest type now, so I can show you the difference in yields. Yesterday was a bad harvest day. None of my familiars really leveled up. I think I got one chest. So some days are going to be better than others, and some of them will kind of stink. So it's not consistent, but it's like if you keep at it, you're going to get stuff from it. So may as well do it every day, even if you're not going to get a lot every single day. If that makes sense, because you can just chip away at it and eventually they'll pay off. So there's another technique for bonding with literally every single one of your familiars. You don't have to have 95 dragons in your lair. You can just have one, and you can have however many familiars in your horde. I have another video on this. It's technically done on my phone because that method is a little easier if you can have the like touch screen capabilities. So on a tablet or even like a touchscreen laptop would be great. It's a little slower to do on the PC, but essentially you open up two tabs and kind of change out familiars, and have the game kind of refresh itself. And that way you can bond with every single one of your familiars. So that's my sales tab. I don't have any familiars on the dragons I'm selling, for obvious reasons, because I'm selling them. And that one's going to my den. Okay, so we're done with that. We got 3 gilded chests, 1 iron treasure chest, and 1 rusted. So rusted is not gonna give you much. It's 1,000 and a few items. If you're lucky, you get an apparel piece, which you can either use or sell or whatever. Iron treasure chests are a next step up. You want to open one, you get a couple of gems, you get a little bit more treasure, and about the same amount of items. You get maybe an apparel piece and a bunch of other stuff. I'm only going to open one of these. Open a single chest. And as you can see, a single chest gets us almost 20 gems, 7,000 about, and even more apparel pieces. And these are even fancier, for kind of. And the more of these you get, the more it just adds up. That's 14,000, and that's almost 30 gems, which is nice. And we went from 0 treasure to almost 50 gems and 30,000 treasure. That's not bad at all. Almost 50 gems, not bad. Now, you're not going to get 50 gems a day. That's a little, like I said, you're not going to get gilded treasure chests every day unless you, plan it out like an insane person. I'm not like that. I bond when I can and when I want to. Anyway, so next thing I do, and this is just going to depend on your playstyle, I guess, is I sort through my earnings for the most part. Like, I I have a lot of these in my hoard actually, so I'm just gonna straight sell them even if they're a swap item. Um, Everything else right now I'm gonna throw into my vault because I'm trying to collect 100 of everything, and I'll show you what I mean in a second. Like, I have more than 100 of most of these things. I have these blocked off to know that I still need to put some in my hoard, and if they're not blocked off, that means usually I can sell them. I haven't blocked off everything yet, so as you can see, I know these are new enough that I don't have 100 of everything yet, so I haven't blocked them off anyway. But I have like 100 of these. Anyway, so that's just my particular playstyle. I don't know, I like numbers. So, as you can see, I just sold some stuff from my hoard. You can throw things on the auction house, maybe get a little bit more out of them depending on what the item is. I'm too lazy for that, and I just would rather hoard sell. Any other item that doesn't pop up in here after you open a chest is going to go to your materials, and then I sort through whatever I got that's put into my materials. So I have 100 of these for sure. I'm selling 3 of those, and I just got 237 gold or treasure from that. And then I usually keep the first page just full of stuff because I want all of my Baldwin materials on the second page for reasons. Sometimes you get food from other things. I don't know. So yeah. All right. I'm gonna show you real quick how the 2-tab bonding experience goes. So let me just not bonded. Okay. Today, and then we're gonna open this in a new tab. We're gonna doot, and then not awakened, not bonded. Why am I only getting? Where did all my dragon prepared familiars go? I know I didn't bond with all of these today. There's 18 pages of these things. I didn't bond with everyone today. Hold on. What's going on here? Anyway, I can do it with just 2. So what you do for this is you bond with a familiar. You leave this window open. You go to change out the familiar. Oh, sorry, not bonded today. I was in the wrong thing. Okay. Sort by not bonded today under bond status, not bond level, like I was doing earlier. And before you close out this window over here, you're gonna click on a new familiar, and then close, and then it's gonna refresh to that new familiar. So you can just bond, go over here, change out a familiar, close, bond, got a chest, change out a familiar, close, bond, change, close, bond, change, close. Now, I have 609 familiars. Probably not all in here. Some of them are probably still in my vault. But bonding with 600 familiars would take a long time. So I don't do this every day. However, if you're really strapped for cash, or you really just want to get on that grind, then by all means, bond with every single familiar that you have. I'm just showing you this method because I know not everyone is going to have as much lair space as I have. I just want to show you that you can just do this with one dragon, invest in buying up a whole bunch of different familiars, bonding with them on one dragon. So you don't... It's just easier for me, personally, to bond with something and then arrow over, and then bond and arrow over. But the other method is available to you. So, that is what we have as far as bonding with familiars and getting about 30,000, at least for me. Results are going to vary, like I said, but it is a fairly reliable source to make some dragon cash on the daily. What else can you do? A lot of people are going to be like, oh, just go to the trading post and do some Tomos trivia. This murderous bird is blind save for a large ominous eye on its chest. What is it? If you know your trivia, you're going to be like, that's a Death Seeker, and then you're going to get 300 treasure, if you're lucky. What type of gene is Smirch? It's a tertiary gene. I get 300 and a sprocket because it's an event. I don't really do Thomas trivia every day. If you get every question right, which I don't all the time, you only get 3,000, so it's not worth it for me. I would rather just go into the fairgrounds and grind that much. However, I do make sure I go into Pinkerton and get an item, just because he gives out some great stuff sometimes. What else? Oh, I got a feat done. Let me just grab that. So if you bond with your familiars every day, especially Fiona familiars, you can get rewards from that as well. And they're going to be kind of slow, so it's not going to be every day. But just make sure, if you're bonding with your familiars, go check out Fiona. See what she's got cooking. Hopefully not cooking up familiars. Crim's collection cart. I don't particularly use it that much just because I put everything in my vault. So I don't really feel like digging through my vault just to get out one item to give to Crim. But it might be worth checking out. He's, or she, I think Crim's a girl. Crim is going to offer you almost double, I think it is double, of whatever that Crim wants. So you can just be like, yeah, that's more than I would get on the auction house. You know, usually, sometimes, I don't know. What's this notification? Oh, Baldwin stuff. Okay. Right. So, do your dailies if you would want. I don't typically do them. And I get a good chunk of change, usually, every day, if I stay on top of it. Next is Fairgrounds. So, I'm going to show you how quickly you can do Glimmer and Gloom if you know what you're doing. If you don't know what Glimmer and Gloom is all about or how to play it, then go look up videos and stuff, or there's even guides on the forums, or even more guides on YouTube, but I don't like using spreadsheets because it just slows you down. I want to be able to do it on my own, like this. I'm not using a spreadsheet, I'm just using a method that works for me. So, you go through, and yep, and you just, ta-da, 23 seconds, I earn 1,600 treasure, which is great. So I can keep doing that until I reach the 75 up here, which takes me about 30 minutes if I actually go through it. As you can see, 30 minutes is kind of asking a lot for attention deficit me. So I'll maybe do this while I'm watching TV and like just do it on my phone. It's technically faster if you do it on your phone, and if your phone and internet are fairly good. Sometimes it lags out a little for me. But because you have that touchscreen interface, it's faster. So I average 30 seconds is about how much I average. A lot of people are like, oh, I get 15 seconds for like every round, and I'm like, I have no idea. You must be like lightning fast or something. That's not me. I'm old, I guess. But yeah, you can easily get 75,000 in one single day. If I add 75,000 to what I currently have, that's, oh god, I'm doing math. Okay, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 110, wait, 115, yeah, 115,000. I think I'm doing that math right. Treasure. That's a lot. 115 is almost enough to buy a gene, a treasure gene for the most part. 115 is pretty close to a galler gene. Jailer. God, oh my god. I'm stroking out. Okay. Jailer gene. Or if you're working with a modern breed, that's pretty close. So, and that's not even going into the Colosseum. I don't really use the Colosseum as a way to make money. People do though, so get yourself a team of 25s and have at it in the Colosseum if you really want, and then sell all the stuff you get as loot from the Colosseum. Apparently, people make a pretty penny off of that. That ain't me though. I mostly go into the Colosseum to look for food, honestly. Or to try and complete Hibernal Den quests. Because I don't like doing the Colosseum. It's kind of monotonous. Just like doing the fairgrounds. I said you have to kind of give more attention to the Colosseum. Fairgrounds, like, I can mindlessly tap at a bunch of hexagons for a while. But yeah, that's how you make a decent chunk of dragon cash every day. I've had days where I've gotten maybe like 14 gems, and I've had days where I get like 66 gems. So it just depends. You know, don't feel bad if you have an off day. Open another chest, apparently. I know we're up to 41,000, so that's how you make dragon money. Um, a lot of other people, sell dragons, level up some dragons to level 5 or level 8, and exalt them. You're gonna get around 10,000 per dragon. What else can you do? You can write lore, do art, sell things on the forums, and get some dragon cash that way. Those are just slower. This is my daily routine, and it's gotten me quite a bit of dragon cash in a short amount of time. So, I hope you liked the video. I hope it helps you out in some form or another. Check out any other tutorials on YouTube or on my channel. Feel free to ask me questions if you have any questions. And yeah, thanks for watching. Goodbye.